Hi, my name is Mauricio, and I'm excited for the opportunity that I have to interview somebody who is a great example of leadership. Somebody who's got a track record of being in different businesses, built many businesses, but over the past 3 years decided to plant his flag in HGI, which is the company that we're going to talk about today, and is going to break the $3 million income in the last 12 months, and that's just the beginning. So with that being said, because we're going to get into the story and we're going to talk a lot about business and opportunity, but Akki Roopani, thank you for sharing that story with us and for making this interview possible.
Thank you, Mauricio, for having me here.
You have experience in business. HCI is not the first business that you've owned.
That's true.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Kind of your history. I wanted you to say it instead of me reading it.
Yeah, sure. So I came to this country back in 2000. I am from India. And as an immigrant, I came to this country with a big dream. And I got into many different businesses before planting my flag into the financial industry. And I always involved in different kind of services and businesses, especially into the retail sector. I was into a gasoline business and a convenience store business, also in some sort of a retail traditional business and what I was doing. And back in 2013, when a defining moment happened in my life, when my business partner actually approached me with this opportunity about the financial industry, and I planted my flag here back in 2013.
Now, it's good that you say that, and this is the financial industry with so many options out there. What was that aha moment? There must have been something that happened here in your heart and your mind that you said, this is what I have always been looking for.
Yes, and I remember that very well, and I'll never forget the day when, before that, I would like to share my personal story with you.
Please.
It is that, like I said, as an immigrant, I entered this country back in 2000. And 13 years later, I have a big question that I have to ask myself. And one day I asked this question to my wife, and I said, honey, if we continue to do what we are doing in life, is anything going to change? And I don't know about you all, but in my case, the answer was no, right? And so the next question was, are we hoping for a better tomorrow, or are we going to do something about it? And that's where I started looking. Until that time, I didn't have any opportunity in hand, but I was looking. Because as an immigrant, Mauricio, that you may relate this more, we all came to this land of opportunity with a big dream. So an immigrant dream, I had a dream of financial freedom. I have a dream of better lifestyle, a better education for ourselves and our children, and also a free enterprises. And 13 years later, 2013, I was asking this question, what happened to that immigrant dream? So that financial freedom, I was nowhere close to it. By saying that, I was making a 6-figure income, but that was nowhere close to it, because that 6-figure is a trap, in my opinion, because that has came back in 1988, that if you're making 100,000 income, you are living that 6-figure dream, but not in 2013. And I was nowhere close to the lifestyle that I was always dreamed of when I was back home in India. One thing that, yes, I take a full pride as a parent, that the good education that we give to our children, and we move to an area where there are good schools and we can send my daughter to that. But what about the free enterprises and all others? And that's when I start thinking that if I continue to do what I'm doing, is anything going to change in our life? Are we hoping for a better tomorrow? Are we going to do something about it? And that's when I start looking. But this time I wanted to be very careful before I make a decision, before I make a choice, because I want to plant my flag and I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I have done enough due diligence. It's not that I just put my blinders on and I said, you know what, let's jump into the next opportunity that hits. So I've done enough research, enough due diligence, and then I made a decision to be a part of this industry. So that was my journey, and in about 6 months to a year's time, I was full-time in this business. So that was my story about how I got entered into this industry.
Now, once you realized that it was the financial industry, there are so many different financial companies that offer opportunity. Why HGI? Out of all the options that you have out there.
Yes. So, like I said, I was in a previous company that Hubert built from 2013 till 2017. And I would call it a glorifying accident that happened that one of our friends introduced me to Mr. Hubert Humphrey, and that has completely changed my life. It was a turning point. But the good question is, why HGI? Because for many reasons, and the number one is, of course, Mr. Hubert Humphrey, because what he have built in the past and his track record and his history, which definitely says that we have a great future, because in my opinion, he's the only living legend in the financial industry, especially in building companies and helping thousands and thousands of families achieve that financial freedom. So when I get to meet the architect of the system, it was a no-brainer. So that was the first reason I got into HGI. The second thing is the turnkey model that Hubert Humphrey have bought with the system, that anyone like a simple guy, an ordinary guy like me can get an extraordinary results. It's not because of my skill set, but because of the proven system that he have built 4 decades ago that have helped more than 2 million people, to go through and achieve success in this formula. So when we cannot rely, now answer to your question, Mauricio, is that we come from a different domain. Right? I was never involved in financial services and I don't know anything about it, but I was passionate about it. It's not that I was I wanted to do financial industry, but when I saw the business model, when I saw the support system that is offered here, the team of professionals, and how simple it is to actually create wealth not only for us, but also with this opportunity we can help thousands and thousands of people out there with the right mindset and with the right attitude and with the right leadership and mentorship, we can definitely touch many people's life. And that's what HGI has provided me, and I have seen that potential in the system. Now, can I rely on myself to do this? No. When you cannot rely on yourself, you can rely on a proven system that can help anybody from a different walks of life, an ordinary person like me, to achieve an extraordinary results is what I have seen. Now, there are many companies who are copying Hubert's system that he have built 4 decades ago. But if I have an option to work with the master himself, think about it. It's a no-brainer. Right. So out of those many reasons I have seen and I've chosen to be a part of, and it's a true blessing in my life that Hubert Humphrey and HGI has not only changed my life, but it has changed my family's destiny by far.
It's awesome that you say that, because leadership and is very, I would say none. There are no other, you're talking, what I mean to say is that there is no other company that is copied this model who has the architect of the system. Only HGI. That adds a lot of value. But here's the follow-up question to that. Many people dream today with making that $1 million income, right? I mean, most people take decades just to earn it. Mm-hmm. Think about how long it takes to save it. Mm-hmm. And in 3 years, you're just getting started here. And we can see where you're ranking, and your income is going to probably pass $3 million in the last 12 months. To what do you attribute the success, your success in this business?
That's a great question, Mauricio. We all have a dream, like you said, that we want to make $1 million income.
Right.
Or we want to save $1 million for our retirement, which in my opinion is not enough in these days.
True.
But let me ask you this question, Mauricio, to and all our viewers, is what's the use of your dream without an opportunity? We all have a dream. Right? We all want it to be successful. We all want to, get to that finish line. But what's the use of your dream without an opportunity? You need a vehicle to make it happen. And with this kind of a system, and I'll be very candid with you, Mauricio, that 7 years ago, when I planted my flag here, and 3 years ago, especially with HGI, if you would have asked me the same question, that, hey, Akki, do you see yourself making $3 million or more per year in this business? My candid answer will be no. And that's where the leadership come in place. And I would like to give my entire credit to the leadership. And that's why it is very important to have mentor in your life. And I'll tell you an incident. When I met first time with the Hubert and we were talking about leadership, and I asked him the definition of leadership. You know what he answered to me? And his reply was that leadership is to save you from yourself. That's what leadership means to Hubert. And it really hit me like a bullet. Now think about it, that a mentor wants to save you from yourself. Now that's a blessing in your life. If a person can tell you that he wants to save you from yourself, and the reason is because I think we all can achieve great heights and success in our life. But somewhere what happens is we have this fear of failure. We all have that.
Absolutely.
But in my opinion, in order for all of us to be successful, our desire for success should always be greater than the fear of failure. Then only we can exceed in life. The credit goes to entire leadership, the business model, and again to the leadership format system again, and that is there. And of course, I have a dream team in this business, and without a team, there is nothing. So I mean, we call it a team, but in my opinion, team is nothing but a fancy word for family at work. So I have a huge family that we work. So the entire success the credit goes to AGI and the proven system. And of course, the architect of the system, my mentor, my coach, none other than Mr. Hubert Humphrey, and an amazing team what we have built via that system, following, being coachable, and be a good student of the business. But also, Mauricio, I would like to add this is to have a strong why. And I always used to tell that if you can write down the top 10 reasons between you and God, why you want to do this in any business, okay? And if you know your why, you will learn how, you will find a way. But if you don't know your why, you will never learn how, or you will never find a way to make it happen. So at that point, that was the things that I followed, and it really helped me to achieve this success.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, it almost goes without saying, but we know that money isn't everything in life. Obviously, you're breaking records as far as the amount of money that you're making. Everybody dreams of making millions of dollars, becoming a millionaire. You've done that. And are you happy?
I'm very happy. And like you said, yes, everybody wants to make $1 million and have a good life. But for me, Mauricio, more than anything else, and to make that 7-figure, it's not about buying big house or speed cars and boats. If we can afford it, sure, we want to do it. But the number one reason I want to make money is to provide peace of mind to my family, to provide that security to my family that comes with money, that I want to do that. But at the same time, that dream of making $1 million, that is possible only when you have multiple sources of income, in my opinion. That is very powerful that I saw that. And I'm very happy that not only it's helping me, but it's helping thousands of people, okay, through this opportunity. Now, they say that success comes from gaining and happiness comes from sharing and giving. AGI is an amazing platform, but not only I am achieving those heights and success, but I'm extremely happy. It's not the 7-figure income that makes me happy, but what really makes me happy is by sharing this opportunity with others, people like me and many of us who comes from a different walks of life, who never believed in themselves. AGI and the system stretch our vision to think big and to achieve that success, which I never thought in my wildest dream that I'll be achieving one day.
It's
so that's what it is that I give, that am I happy? I'm very happy.
In this interview and in some of the interviews I had the opportunity to do, I see that people came in, yes, looking for a way to make more income, but they found so much more than that.
Yeah.
That's why I asked the question, because nowadays there's people maybe are making the money at jobs that they're not happy. Mm-hmm. But you gave the reason why, and I couldn't agree with you more, that when you share, it's when true happiness really shows.
And one more thing, Mauricio, is I brought so many people. You have interviewed Prashant, Sean, they are very dear friend of mine, and all that. And 99% of the people, 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 it brings an immense happiness to me to watch a friend becoming financially free.
Absolutely.
So you cannot replace that with any dollar prize or a dollar tag. That to see a friend that you know, whom you have went and shared an opportunity with them, and to watch them becoming financially free, I mean, boy, that's a true happiness to me. So I'm really happy.
Now, there's people that we're in the midst of the pandemic still, and people losing their jobs, businesses going under, and today more than ever, I think people are looking for this opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's their time that they're going to put in there, maybe their money that they're going to put in. What is one piece of advice, or just advice in general, that you would give to those people looking at an opportunity, if for whatever reason they decided it's not HGI?
Yes. First of all, in this COVID, I mean, I know that we are in this unprecedented time and we want to do it, but let's not blame the distraction. Let's improve our focus in this COVID time and see how we can emerge and get over this thing and to do it. But my piece of advice is there is opportunity everywhere. And there are certain things in life that is not in our control, just like COVID. It is beyond our control that things happens. But the thing is, if you're looking for change and if you want to be somebody, there will always be a reason behind it. Okay, and that again is, I would like to give that message is, again, work on your why. That why do you want certain things in life? And if you find that purpose, that will be very helpful for you to know and to do it. Now, like I said, many opportunities was discussed to me and shared by me in the past. But thing is, we all have eyes, but in my opinion, what's the use of your eyes when your mind is blind?
Powerful.
Right? We can't. And it's not just AGI, whatever you want to do it in life, that I wanted to see and I want to plant my flag where I don't have to look for another opportunity. So definitely, AGI has proven all the things that the dream come true, and I'm enjoying, my family is enjoying, and our extended family in AGI, thousands of people who joined and not only learned about how money works, but they are also carrying a mission.
Correct.
And the mission is no family left behind. The financial literacy is the message. And for the right person, Mauricio, AGI is definitely a game changer in their life.
Final question. Can anyone, do you believe that anyone, and I mean anyone, can achieve what you've accomplished in 3 years to make over $3 million a year? And then this is going to obviously compound like a snowball.
Absolutely, absolutely. And by saying that, I'm not taking any pride, or neither I'm exaggerating, but it's an anybody's game. As long as they have willingness to change and willingness to grow. As long as they trust themselves and they trust the process, as long as they are coachable and they follow the proven system, I think anyone can hit that milestone in less than 3 years. And it is possible. And I'll tell you the reason why it is so achievable and so doable for anybody. If I can do it, I believe anyone can do it. And the reason is that just like the life is very simple, okay, our business is also very simple. But to keep it that way, it's difficult. But as long as someone is coachable and be a good student of the business and who wants to achieve and they follow the system, I think $3 million or more is very much doable in the first 3 years. But with that, this business, Mauricio, is not about 7-figure income. This business is 8-figure and above business. And just to relate with that, about 7 years ago, I approached many of my friends when I was new. And obviously they are my close friends, so I want them also to experience this wonderful opportunity and change their life, because that's what I believe in this. And they all were like, no, I don't want to do it. Their spirits were high, but their flesh was weak. And they don't want it to adopt change, and they all have fear of change. And we all have fears, and I've been through that, and failures and stuff in our life. But one of my favorite phrases is, fear is a luxury of our mind that we cannot afford. if one thing that I don't want to afford in my life is fear.
I like that.
Because fear is a luxury of our mind, friends, that we cannot afford. We have to think above and beyond that to make it happen. And a proven system. And the other thing that I really like about AGI, in answer to your question, and I'm going somewhere with that thought, is, Mauricio, is that somewhere along the way we stop dreaming. We stop dreaming. We become complacent. And it's my story, actually. And I thought about it. And every time when there was an opportunity, I was doing my due diligence, but I was always trying to find that one problem. So I was looking for a problem in every solution, and I was not ready to make a decision until something happened in my life. And I said, you know what? Enough clapping for others, enough cheering for others. It's my turn, and I should take full advantage of it. And I'm glad that I was a part of AGI, and I took charge, and AGI came in my life as a blessing. Now, AGI have taken care of three main problems, I think, that mostly people face. Okay, and it has helped me to achieve all of those three. What are those three money problems that I would like to share here is? Number one, the money problem in the world is how to make money. Number two, how to keep it. And number three, how to multiply it. And guess what, Mauricio?
Everybody's looking for that. Everybody's looking for that.
Everyone is looking. And AGI helped me. And most of the people, they don't know how to do number one, just like me, how to make more money. And AGI has not only helped me how to make more money, but also how to keep my money, safeguard it with all the different investment options, all the different strategies that we educate our clients in their best interest. We also educate them about how money works and how to become your own money manager, but also with this great the opportunity that I got with AGI have helped me to build this massive team, to have this humongous agency, not only in US, but also in the entire North America, including Canada. So with this team, it is there definitely you want to do it. And how we can achieve that? By growing, yes, of course, one way is learning how money works and all those great investment options, but also is, if I ask you, Mauricio, and to all my friends is, prior to 2013, before joining this industry, I was putting my 100% effort in business and I was making 100% return. If you're working, if you're an employee, we give our 100% loyalty and our best effort to this company to make our 100% effort. Okay, but Mauricio, can you double your income if you're a W-2 employee next year?
I'd have to put double the work. I don't have the time.
You don't have the time. What about in a traditional business? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe.
But with that, it comes a lot of investment. Okay. A
Absolutely.
lot of manpower, a lot of skills, and all those kind of things that you have to put online. But the good thing about AGI is it's very flexible. I can continue to do what I'm doing in my life, and I can still be a part of AGI. Okay, and AGI represents the financial industry, and it offers you a great opportunity to build a successful financial services agency, a company among a company with a great mentorship, with great leaders, with a team of professionals, and to do it, and you don't have to face the income loss. If someone would have told me 7 years ago that I have to let go my existing income to do this thing full time, I would have never accepted that offer because we all have fear. We have not tested. But the good thing about this opportunity is you can come with a positive mindset, with the right attitude, okay, and you can build this by keeping your existing income. So there's no income loss. And when the plan B, which is AGI, if you're looking for one, will become better than plan A, at that time you have to make a decision. You have to continue to do both, or you can let go plan A. And that is taking care of all these different options we can take advantage of, and we can build a successful empire. But my question still to you, Mauricio, is, and to all of you, is if there is an option out there, friends, you would rather like to put 100% of your effort and would like to make 100% of your return? Or would you like to put 1%, just 1% of effort of 100 people and make 100% return? Which option?
Let me do the math. Let me do the math. I'll take the second option.
The second option. And the question that I asked you earlier is, what are the possibilities that you will double your income in a traditional business or from your W-2 income next year. Now guess what? My first year income in this business was $96,000. From $96,000 to almost $3 million or more this year.
That's
and
impressive.
the success formula is because when you ask those 100 people to start putting 2% effort in the second year, they will double their income. You will double your income, and everybody can grow. And that's how the journey from 96,000 part-time to $3 million plus of passive income.
That's powerful. Passive income.
So everybody is looking, and of course, the financial industry, in my opinion, is the oldest industry, highly paid industry, and still the fastest growing industry. And with that model, with the Hubert proven system, and a turnkey model like AGI, and of course, a mentor and coach like Hubert Humphrey, I think anyone can do what I have done it in a record-breaking time.
Thank you for that. I want to take the opportunity to, because we haven't done it, I want to do it publicly, that I am inspired, motivated, because I see what's possible. You stretch my mind, just like you're doing to your team, to the company. You're a great example. Hubert there, we have you there, and thank you for that.
Absolutely, thank you.
Any last message taught to the people, just to close it?
Yes, I would like to share with my friends who are watching us is please don't stop dreaming, and it is. And of course, I wanted to say that dream on, achieve on. And enough clapping for others, enough cheering for others. We all can do wonders in this life. And they say that living one life with a dream is enough to live one life. With that, I wish you all the best, and it's your turn, and take it whatever you want to do in life, but please don't stop dreaming. Dream on, achieve on.
Akki Roopani, thanks again.
Thank you, Mauricio.
For those of you watching this interview, reach out to the person who asked you to watch this. You're most likely looking for an opportunity. There's many opportunities out there. If you have any questions, the person who asked you to watch this is going to be able to answer those. And hopefully you join this great family and we can achieve greatness together. Thank you.
In the least expected moment, an idea comes to you. You think that idea can change the world, but you are not sure. At that moment, you are scared to think that you can fail. But even with that fear, you take risks. And even though every day you feel that it's not working and you feel that everything's against you, you keep going. Until with dedication and persistence, you achieve your goal.
Self-made by Conquistador.